No, it's recorded. Yeah. No, that's not. We'll see it on that picture. Okay. Well, all we're going to see is the chat. Whatever's behind the tour desk, because I'm sitting in or nothing on the stage. I can literally walk off and we have a look around like I was shooting where we said. There's only 600. Six on games.
That's first game tomorrow. Bring up a big crowd tomorrow night. Saturday Clippers and Monday or Trail. I expect.
It's going to get 2 words on the NBA calls.
The Spurs on the what it was Saturday. I think that's real.
Yeah, I know they got West Coast. Yes.
Yeah. Just wondering whose fist is back there.
It's a fist bump. You guys are ready? We'll get started. Thanks everybody for coming out today. 2023 Media Day for the Zurich Classic. 4 weeks from today, we'll be back on property with the start of the event. We appreciate everybody coming out today. We especially appreciate our defending champions, Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele, for joining us. They're at the Dell match play this week. That event actually starts competition on Wednesday, so they have less prep time, and for them to take some time out of their busy schedule to join us, we really do appreciate it. So it's a big deal. Patrick and Xander are the highest ranked team pair to win our tournament. We've had a great run of champions. We're very proud of the group we've had since we've been at team play. Actually, from the last 3 teams to win the Zurich Classic Championship, you've got world number 2, world number 4, world number 5, and world number 7. So it says a lot about the quality of winners we've had, and very proud to have Xander and Patrick as part of that. And we could probably see it coming from 2021. 2021, Patrick won the FedExCup championship, or the FedExCup, I should say, and Xander won the Olympic gold medal. So obviously we're in great form coming off of 21, played well here, and continue to have a great year in 2022. I guess I'll kind of start off with the questions. Every year I stand up here and predict that we'll have a 59 in better ball. And after, I think 3 years in a row of making that prediction, we finally got that done. Thursday, Patrick and Xander started out with 59 in best ball to take the lead and essentially held the lead wire to wire. They both have a lot of team experience together, partnered together in both Ryder Cup and President's Cup. And I guess, guys, I would start out from a strategy standpoint. Typically, our winners have had the lowest alternate shot score. Y'all were very different in that you guys shot 25 under in better ball. 20 under was the best we've ever had. So by 5, you beat the best better ball 2-day score by 5 shots. From a strategy standpoint, with your success and your history in team play, how do you come into your comparison of better ball versus team versus foursomes alternate shot, and just talk about the team component and how your experience has helped you?
Yeah, I mean, I actually wasn't aware that our better ball was 25 under. I typically think Pat and I are pretty good at ultimate shot, but yeah, this past year we definitely got in a pretty good flow early on, and we were able to maintain. And obviously that's due to us playing a lot together, competing against each other, and then playing on those team events together. There's a certain level of comfort that comes along with that. So yeah, I mean, we pretty much free each other up each and every day. Alternate shot isn't really that way, but a little bit more conservative and pick your spots is how we like to do that. But in better ball we're pretty aggressive, and we're able to sort of both stay in each hole, which ended up freeing each other up.
We played, obviously got off to a hot start last year with kind of a late finish where we birdied some holes that maybe we wouldn't have birdied on a regular day. And then that kind of made it so alternate shot was more about minimizing mistakes more than it was trying to make a bunch of birdies. And then combine that with our Saturday round of a really low best ball round, it was even more like that on Sunday.
And if I remember correctly, you might have had a pretty decent putt on 18 on Thursday to shoot 58. Is that accurate?
I don't remember.
I can't remember either.
I think I remember that because my 59 prediction I thought was going to be beaten by a 58. So, but anyway, just good way to start. We'll open it up to the audience. Whoever wants to fire away with a question.
I'll start off. Guys, what is it about this tournament that makes it so unique and maybe attractive to players on tour?
I think obviously it being the only tournament that has a team format on tour has some allure. It being different. I mean, the year is pretty monotonous with lots of 72 hole stroke play tournaments, and so having something that's a little different than the norm, I think gets the tournament to stand out and gets guys to play.
And I'm curious about the elevated status as far as from a player's perspective on the tour, the change this year. How do you all feel about that, and how does it affect you all and your representatives when you all put together your schedules each year?
Well, I think obviously, you're going to play most all the elevated events for obvious reasons. And I think that's a good thing. I think we've seen the elevated events be really great finishes on some historic venues on tour. And so I'm looking forward to what that, presents in the future years. And other than that, I think you play the tournaments on tour that are your favorites, and everyone has different favorites. So I think you'll see guys round out their schedules with tournaments that maybe aren't elevated, but are tournaments that they've played well at, or tournaments that are hometown tournaments. And this tournament, like I said, with it standing out, is one of the tournaments that's different with the format. It just seems like a natural fit for Xander and I to play together. And so I think that's why we're playing together this year and why we played together the last couple of years.
But is the idea of not having to make the cut a good thing? Do you like that?
I'm sorry, we're having a difficult time.
Yeah, you mind repeating that?
The idea of not having to make a cut, is that something that appeals to you?
I think it is what it is for now. I mean, I know people have really gotten stuck on that topic. It's not every tournament. There's been no cut events in the past for quite some time now, and people have competed. I don't know what the percentage difference is, but it's, from what I believe, roughly 80 events will have no cuts. So all the other tournaments, like Pat alluded to, that we will play, that we like, that are not the elevated events, will have a cut. So for the most part, I mean, it really is what it is. It doesn't seem too dissimilar from what we've done in the past.
Yeah, I don't think guys pay much attention to that when they're signing up for tournaments, and similar to the WGC events that we've had in the past. I don't think anybody thought more or less of them because they did or didn't have a cut.
Beyond the idea that demonstrating good team play can lead to invitations or the ability to play the President's Cup and Ryder's Cup, are there other aspects of team play that would be you think are appealing to guys on the tour who may not even have those considerations?
not quite sure I understand. Could you ask it maybe a different way?
In other words, regardless of whether you're trying to demonstrate an ability to be effective in the Ryder Cup or the President's Cup, even if you don't have that consideration, what are the other aspects of team play that you think are appealing, that would make this tournament appealing to guys on tour going forward? I mean, this event.
I'm still not following. Are you saying? I'm not following the question. Sorry.
I think the question is, if for guys who aren't likely Ryder Cup or Ryder Cup President's Cup team members, what else appeals for those guys? Just to, whether college teammates or whatever the case might be, that would appeal to them to want to play this event.
Just a change of pace. It's the only event outside of the team. Every year there's a Ryder Cup or President's Cup, and it's the only event outside of that we can play in this format. And so, whether you're college teammates, friends, share the same coach, just play the same product. There's a ton of different reasons you could pair up, but I think it's just sort of a fun break from, the traditional 72 holes.
And what about the idea, like you said, that usually your teammate would be someone that you enjoy spending time with?
I would imagine.
Yeah. So, is the actual location of the of this team tournament influence that?
New Orleans is a fun hang. Our teams, Pat and I don't do too many activities outside of the tournament, but our teams like to enjoy. We definitely like to go out and grab some food and enjoy the cuisine there. But there's a lot of other stuff to do outside of golf, if that's what you're asking.
I had another question of the course, actually. So you guys played the 11th hole when there used to be that big tree on the left side that would influence the second shot, and then it got blown down and it wasn't there last year. What did you think about that change, and do you like the idea of that area being clear going forward?
I do. I think a good shot is more likely to be rewarded now that the tree's not there. In the past, that tree would eat up golf balls and put you in a weird spot at times, and you try and work yourself around it. And now, if you can kind of play to a safer spot easier, and if you do try to get risky and hit a 3-wood or draw it or anything of that nature to like the middle of the green, it's more accessible than it was before. So I think overall, in the past, you could hit a perfect 3-wood and it could just get eaten up by the tree, and it's a tough break. But I think it's fine now. I don't miss the tree, to be honest.
So for competition as a whole, do you like the idea that there's just more eagle chances for everybody because that tree is gone?
I'm a fan of good shots being rewarded. Period.
Well, what is the chatter like between you two as you go through a round? Who's doing most of it? What is, kind of take us through what some of that back and forth is like during the event?
I don't think there's too much during the event. We're both pretty clued into what we're doing, and feel similar to President's Cup or a Ryder Cup, where we're so focused on the golf that's objective number one. And if there's a weight or something, it's just normal chit chat. But in general, I think both of us let each other take care of each other's business. We're not too involved, with each other's shot and alternate shot or best ball. We just kind of go out there and do our own thing.
I know you're all on tight schedules, but could you also just each of you kind of give an assessment of where your games are at right now? Both you off to great starts, obviously in top 10, but what do you like about your start? What would you like to get better at?
I feel good about my game right now. I feel like my game's been trending in the right direction, and could get a week where I really heat up with the putter would help. But yeah, all parts of my game feel like they're rounding into form as the tournament season kind of heats up and we get into the meat of the season.
What about you, Xander?
Yeah, a little bit of work in progress. It's been a bit. I'm typically not the fastest starter to the season, so nothing I'm not used to. But definitely need to pick up some slack. Been having some issues off the tee this year that I'm trying to address, and like Pat said, need to pick up the. I mean, he doesn't need to pick up the pace, but I need to pick up the pace for the sort of fat part of the season here.
When did y'all first team up, and what led to that partnership?
We teamed
up at the President's Cup in Australia, and Fred Couples from On High made that decision to pair us together, and we played all 4 matches that week together and had a great time.
Was that a good choice from On High?
I think so. I think Fred knows what he's doing in those team events.
Do y'all hear any chatter occasionally? Obviously, I think y'all are both very good at alternate shot. Occasionally, we get a player who would prefer to see modified alternate shot to make it a little easier. We've also had players who think we should do 4 days of alternate shot. I personally like the format where it is. I think it ties most closely to President's Cup, Ryder Cup, which is a great thing for us. But any thoughts about the pressure? I know some guys get a little tight during alternate shot. Any thoughts about that?
Yeah, I'm a fan of the current format. I think it's plenty fair, and it is a team aspect. So when alternate ball kicks in, yes, it's very stressful, and no, I wouldn't like to play 4 days in a row of it.
Questions? Well, I know you guys have some work to do, so I hope both of you play well this week. Thank you for taking the time to join us. We certainly look forward to getting you back to New Orleans in 4 weeks. Stay in touch if there's anything we can do to help. Let us know, and look forward to seeing you soon.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks so much. See you guys.